Guys, I'm not sure if this really matters to anybody or if it's very important, but I see a lot of talk about what's going to happen to the throne and the crown as the queen has died. I don't think this is important. I don't think that anything is going to happen really that big a deal because the throne is not really a true concept of ruleship, as we do have different organizations, tribes, and special systems, um, another type of family and another type of way in which the world works. So we think it's them at the top, but they do have some power, but to a larger degree, larger proportion, these people are just part of the puppet show that we see on TV. And then a lot of people are like saying, oh, the queen did this and the queen did that and she was this and she was that. She wasn't really anybody, but she did get incredibly corrupted as an energy, and I've worked with her soul since she's passed. I had a look, and it wasn't very easy to see. So, I mean, yeah, there is a way that people get wild as a soul. So, like what happens with sometimes shamans and celebrities and people that in front of people, they get infused with another person's consciousness, so they can become kind of like puppets energetically of somebody else or something else, and even organizations. And yeah, there's like black magic and Bohemian Grove type of stuff, but that's not really what this is about. So this is a collective way in which the person's soul has definitely answered many questions for people that believed that she was the actual extreme, like primary ruler of a whole freaking country of people and its colonies. So to me, I feel that that's not really how it works these days. It hasn't been like this for like seriously like 1,000 years. There hasn't really been a true king for like about 1,000 years. So we don't really have that cause and effect of somebody passing on the same as it usually would mean for a place that's actually ruled by somebody, and we haven't really had that for a while. Although there are some countries, like say in the Middle East, for example, and other places where there is a primary ruler, and parts of Africa and things, but there isn't that going on in what they call the developed world, England or anything. So what's going to happen now that Charlie is in charge? I don't think that he is, but there's definitely going to be some big time spending. So I imagine there's going to be some drinking and some partying. So the whole community that is based around the palace is going to have a wicked, wicked time. So there's going to be a revival of certain type of sense of prosperity and culture, as they would call it, to that space. So I'm seeing people spending up big. And as a whole, I'm imagining that quite a lot of England is going to be renovated or renewed, or people are going to be spending, spending, spending. And that because the person will be also infused with that vibrational ideal of being the king of England and all its colonies, past to present, in a way. So there is going to be that person's energy lacing over the country and the places where he used to love to be, and there's going to be a sense of property, like I am this and this is my property. So there's going to definitely be part of the bigger picture that is going to come up for people. So yeah, that definitely is going to make a shift. So also looking into the rabbit here at the moment, 2023, we've got to be very careful and lay low. So there's going to be, I think, quite a lot of corruption and controversy in the air in the next coming while. And I think people have to really stay low and not spend so much money. So the main concept or the vibration of this particular person that wasn't probably even expecting to be king at the end of the day is I'm just gonna have fun, I'm a funny guy, I do what I want, I like music, I like booze, I like the ladies, or like concepts that other people bring. I enjoy variety, so that's going to come in very soon. And how people feel about themselves, should they be identified with the king as their real owner in a way, or king, the real king of their land, or the real king of their culture, that's going to transfer into their body in a way. So if you trust that this person is your king or your ruler or your shaman or your leader or the best person in the world, you're going to inevitably receive parts of their biography, and you might also receive in a way parts of their wisdom and sense of humor. So we are dealing with a person who likes to drink, we're dealing with a person who likes money, and maybe likes to play with life. And I think although that is good in a way, I think that is also very destructive. So especially in the first 5 or 6 weeks of his ruleship, there's going to be definitely a change, and I do definitely believe there's going to be quite a few people walking into frivolous spending and making also a question mark of how did the Queen eventually become known, or what is it that she eventually took with her after her passing. So you see a lot of that fascism and a lot of that hardness and seriousness and emotionless kind of avatar sophistication, I would say, has definitely come out, even like of me, because I used to live in a British colony. And if you use money, I gotta say, if you use money and it's got the image of, the king or the queen on the money, you are messaging yourself back through that portal. So that means like I'm using the queen's dollar to pay for whatever. So, for example, I lived in New Zealand, Australia, and there was the image of the Queen everywhere, even though we were free countries, or these were free countries, and they were part of like a different way of life, and they kind of made their own future. But the Queen's image remained in the currency, and that means for me also incredible. Like say coming out of that era, like of using this currency and stuff. I have to say that I definitely have given away a lot of my concepts, dreams, and ambitions after the Queen's passing. So it somehow came out of me. So I did definitely feel that a lot of the glamour and a lot of the sophistication and the predisposition to do certain things and even think in a certain way left me. So that was a very interesting thing to see, and also how I saw my mother and matriarchy has left me, which was very interesting. So now we are coming to that next phase. Nobody's crowned yet, and in that sort of like magical algorithmic way, I suppose, we have some time, or like nothing is solid yet. But we do have to, I think, be careful about association and resonance, and also careful with the images of these people. And also when it comes to celebrities and it comes to leaders, anything like, I know, Che Guevara, like Britney Spears, like Madonna, like anything, don't use the image so much. Like, say, in your house, especially, like people putting up these giant Bob Marley posters and things, make sure you're not messaging that person constantly. Marilyn Monroe image, don't push your energy towards that person constantly, or you'll start to imitate the unconscious way in which they have lived or structured their system of faith, belief, and trust, within which there's probably not a lot of glamour actually in the end. So if we, for example, look at Marilyn Monroe specifically and what her values were and how she lived and how starved she was, and how sad she was. Here it is. You see what can happen to you if you become like this person. If we look at, say, Bob Marley or Che Guevara or anybody, you also see that there is going to be some kind of repercussion and cause and effect. Also consider how a person died, So, like, say, I was just looking at Bob Marley recently. He died in his 30s, like, I think it was 36 or something, from leukemia, I believe, or something like no. Some kind of I think a skin disease, like skin cancer or something. So like you don't want to put that into your life, So looking at a person that has died a slow, painful death, or constantly making contact with their soul, is something that can also be damaging for the soul of that person and for yourself. So this is just a little bit about that stuff. And I hope it's been interesting. So I just wanted to say that. And yeah, leave it at this.